Hello everyone. Welcome back to our weekly career classes. We'll give 2 minutes everyone to join in. So let's wait and let everyone else join, and then we shall start. Okay, welcome back everyone to our weekly career classes. My name is Muskan and I'll be hosting today's live session. Thank you so much for joining in. Did you know there are multiple competitive exams in tech industry that you don't know about yet? From school level to college level, from hackathons to Olympiads. Get ready to explore all these contests in today's webinar. So, in today's session, we are going to talk about competitive exams in schools, competitive exams in colleges, and practicing tools for students, and some additional expert tips from our guest. So, let's begin this session. And if you all have any questions, please use the live chat box to ask anything. To talk about our topic today, we are welcoming our very special guest, Mr. Roshan Dev Prajapati. Mr. Roshan is a quantitative analyst at Dolat Capital. He is an engineering physics graduate from IIT Guwahati. Welcome, Mr. Roshan, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Muskan. I'm very obliged to be here.
Thank you so much. So, Roshan, आपको थोड़ा सा जानते हैं स्टार्टिंग में. So, let's tell us about your education background. आपने कैसे इंजीनियरिंग ज्वाइन की, आपने कैसे ये जॉब स्टार्ट की, और कौन सी टेक इंडस्ट्री की कौन सी ऐसी बात थी जो आपको इतना मोटिवेट किया कि आप इस एरिया में अपना करियर परस्यू करो.
बेसिकली मैंने जब जेई क्रैक किया था तो मुझे बहुत कुछ मालूम नहीं था एंड किसी को मालूम नहीं होता जब यूजुअली कोई कॉलेज ज्वाइन करता है. बट मेरा स्टार्टिंग से बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट था मैथ्स में. तो आई वॉज वेरी इंक्लाइन टुवर्ड्स डेटा रिलेटेड रूल्स. तो मैं ऐसे मज़े मज़े में मैंने एक समर बूट कैंप किया था जिसमें मैंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीखी, जहाँ से मुझे मोटिवेशन मिली कि मुझे ये चीज़ परस्यू करनी चाहिए. मैंने कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स किए, मैंने वो चीज़ कंटिन्यूसली करी फॉर नेक्स्ट 2 to 3 years. देन आई गॉट टू नो अबाउट क्वांट विच इज़ basically working with big data in financial domain. So yeah, there I did some projects and I got to know कि I can do this. Then I gave interview, I got selected, and right now I'm working as quantitative analyst.
ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रेट. सो रोशन, ऐसा होता है कि स्टार्टिंग में स्टूडेंट्स को पता नहीं होता है. स्कूल्स में भी हमारे पास बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज होती हैं जिसमें हम कॉम्पिटिशन्स में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं, बट बच्चों को एग्जैक्टली पता नहीं होता है कि उनके पास क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज है. वो स्कूल में कौन सी एज में, कौन सी क्लास में, कौन सा कॉम्पिटेटिव एग्जाम में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं जो उन्हें आगे फ्यूचर में हेल्प करेगा. तो हमारा आज का जो सेशन है वो एक्चुअली इसी प्रॉब्लम को टारगेट करने के लिए है. तो लेट्स बिगिन विद दिस सेशन एंड स्टार्ट करते हैं फ्रॉम कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स इन स्कूल्स. सो
So talking about schools, this there are like a lot of competitive exams starting from class first itself. Nowadays, it's like really very common for students to give competitive exams. In India, I think still we are very piche, but uh, worldwide competitive exams देना काफी पहले start करवा देते हैं. So the first thing is National Cyber Olympiad. It's basically an Olympiad organized within India. It's the purpose of National Cyber Olympiad is to raise awareness for computer education. So if you give National Cyber Olympiad, you must be studying between class 1 and class 10th, and it like you represent your college on national level. This is what the exam is about. If you give the exam along with lakhs of students around India, तो उसमें आपको पता चलता है कि आपकी पोजीशन क्या है. ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट आपको कंप्यूटर के बारे में काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. जैसे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टूल्स, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एक्सेल, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट पावर पॉइंट से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे, तो अगर आप प्रिपेयर्ड हैं तो ही उन क्वेश्चंस का आंसर दे पाएंगे. तो दिस हेल्प्स यू लॉट इन बिल्डिंग स्किल फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एट अ वेरी अर्ली एज, विच इज़ रियली गुड फॉर योर करियर. बट ऐसा वो नहीं है, इतना लोड नहीं लेना होता है अर्ली एज में. बट एनीवेज, अब तुम्हें नई चीज़ें सीखने में इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए, कंप्यूटर रिलेटेड स्टफ सीखने में, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग में. So there are many such olympiads related to science also. This was one olympiad related to computer. Another is related to science, National Science Olympiad, NSO. This is for class 1 to class 12. अच्छा, ऐसा नहीं है कि क्लास 1 to class 12 के लिए सेम एग्जाम होता है. इट्स individually different for every class. So you will be competing with your own kinds. If you are in class 9th, you will be competing with all the students across India who are in class 9th. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कि ऐसे एग्जाम्स में क्या पूछा जाता है, ये एग्जाम्स कब होते हैं, प्रिपेयर कैसे करें. बट सबसे जरूरी सवाल होता है कि इन एग्जाम्स को क्यों देना है. तो एक सबसे जरूरी चीज मुझे ऐसी लगती है कि यू गेट टू नो योर पोजीशन नेशन वाइड और लेट से वर्ल्ड वाइड. तो जैसे नेशनल साइंस ओलंपियाड है, दिस आफ्टर यू गिव दिस एग्जाम यू गेट टू नो योर रैंक नेशन वाइड, कि आपने 10 लाख लोगों में आपकी 4,000 रैंक आई है, लाइक दैट. तो दैट रियली बूस्ट ऑफ योर कॉन्फिडेंस टू अ लेवल दैट you are more interested in learning more stuff, doing more stuff, increasing your brain ability and all. For example, in science olympiad they ask verbal as well as non-verbal reasoning. Apart from science stuff, they ask your class level. Let's say you are in class 8th or 9th, they'll ask the science related questions from that class. A slightly more competitive, asking tricky questions. They ask logical reasonings, mathematical reasonings, like that. So overall, it for you to give such exams, you need to do practice, which overall develops your brain and your abilities. Next comes International Informatics Olympiad. So basically, it's nothing but National Cyber Olympiad का international version. जैसे नेशनल साइबर ओलंपियाड था, इंडिया में होता था, वैसे इंटरनेशनल इंफॉर्मेटिक्स ओलंपियाड है, ये वर्ल्ड वाइड स्टूडेंट्स देते हैं. लाइक यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट लाइक 10 crores of students giving this exam. For this international informatics olympiad, there are certain differences, and the differences are acceptable क्योंकि this is an international olympiad. तो पहले तो ये कंपटीशन ज़्यादा टफ होगा, मतलब टफ इन द सेंस कि आपको रिगरसली थोड़ी ज़्यादा मैथमेटिक्स पढ़नी पड़ेगी, थोड़ी साइंस पढ़नी पड़ेगी, आपकी वर्बल स्किल्स एंड रीजनिंग स्किल्स और बेटर होगी. ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट आपकी कंप्यूटर की नॉलेज और ज़्यादा होगी, तो आप इस एग्ज़ाम को अच्छे से दे पाएंगे एंड आप अपनी एक्चुअल रैंक, अपनी पोजीशन पता कर पाएंगे. आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों ने केवीपीवाई के बारे में पढ़ा होगा, किशोर वैज्ञानिक प्रोत्साहन योजना. सो बेसिकली ये रिसर्च प्रमोट करने के लिए होता है अमंग स्टूडेंट्स. अब ऐसा इसलिए करते हैं, अब जैसे ये पर्टिकुलरली क्लास 9, 10, 11, 12 स्टूडेंट्स के लिए होता है. तो हाँ, ऐसा इसलिए करते हैं ताकि अब आपसे इस एग्जाम में सब्जेक्ट रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे, फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथ्स एंड बायोलॉजी. लाइक इफ यू आर इन 11th and 12th it will be either maths and biology, and if you are in 9th and 10th it will be maths and biology, like that. अब अब केवीपीवाई के ऊपर मैं थोड़ा एम्फेसिस डालना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि ये एक एक्चुअली एक काफ़ी बड़ा एग्जाम है इंडिया लेवल पे. इसमें आपको रैंक्स मिलती है, ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट बहुत सारे पैसे भी मिलते हैं. तो लेट से आपने क्वालिफाई किया केवीपीवाई, तो आपको मंथली 5,000 और 10,000 मिलते हैं फॉर 2-3 years ऑफ योर कॉलेज. ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट अगर आपने आप टॉप परफॉर्मर हो, लेट से टॉप 3 में हो या टॉप 10 में हो, ऐसा आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट द फिगर्स, बट आपको कुछ 1 लाख रुपए मिलते हैं ऐसा. बट द पॉइंट बीइंग कि आप जब ये एग्जाम्स दोगे तो आपको अपनी पोजीशन पता होगी, आप खुद में एक बेटर ह्यूमन बन पाओगे जो बेटर लर्न कर रहा है, बेटर चीजें सीख रहा है, और अब खुद को जानता है कि मैं आई एम आई एम एट दिस पोजिशन। बहुत सारे लोगों को कभी पता ही नहीं चलता कि उनकी क्या एबिलिटी है, वो कहाँ स्टैंड करते हैं, क्यों? क्योंकि उन्होंने कभी कोई एग्जाम नहीं दिया। सो इन माई ओपिनियन दिस इज वन एग्जाम यू मस्ट गो फॉर, किशोर वैज्ञानिक प्रोत्साहन योजना, KVPY. There are several such exams. I'll talk about it later. The next is Technothlon. So the good thing about Technothlon is it is started by my college itself. I am a graduate from IIT Guwahati, as Muskan told you. So IIT Guwahati holds a nationwide test known as Technothlon. It accesses your logical abilities, reasoning abilities, as well as your physics, chemistry, biology, maths knowledge in a very creative way. And you perform with like lakhs of students, and then you get your rank. So what should be the purpose behind giving such exams? The main purpose is that, first of all, the person who is competing in that exam, he sorry, the person who is competing in these exams is serious about competing. So it's very popularly known ki your ability is defined by the kind of competitors you have, the kind of friends you have. So when you take part in these exams, you compete with like-minded, brilliant people, and you get to know your position. That position can be in the top 10 or the lower 10. Like, anyways, anyone can be anywhere depending upon their ability. But the point being, ki you have to give this exam because they provide you a base for your further career. For example, let's say you just participated in KVPY and you got a decent rank. When you get into the college, you can still write it in your resume that at a very early age you participated in such a big exam, nationwide exam. You try to know what your position is. So that is a very big point to write in resume that yes, I have done this. And let's say you are handing your resume to the recruiter, the person who is giving you the job. जैसे आप जॉब के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो, तो अब दो लोग हैं मेरे सामने, एक इंसान, दूसरा इंसान, दोनों ने सेम एग्जाम, सेम टेस्ट दिया, सेम स्कोर है, बट उसमें से एक एग्जाम है जिसने KVPY दिया था। मैं उस बंदे को सेलेक्ट करूंगा जिसने KVPY दिया था। क्यों? क्योंकि उसने एक बहुत अर्ली एज पे, सॉरी, उसने एक बहुत अर्ली एज पे एक बड़ा कंपटीशन देने का ट्राई किया, मतलब उस इंसान का विजन बड़ा होगा, वो इंसान मेरी कंपनी के लिए अच्छा होगा। तो ये एग्जाम्स देना बहुत बेनिफिशियल होता है आपके लिए। सॉरी। अब on top of that, there are several other exams. I wrote it down. There is IMO International Maths Olympiad, IPHO International Physics Olympiad, ICHO International Chemistry Olympiad, IBO International Biology Olympiad, INMO Indian National Mathematics Olympiad, HBCSE Homi Baba. If you don't know about Homi Baba exam, Homi Baba is the person who brought the space technology into the India. Like he is considered one of the major person in this field. So yeah, the uh, organization uh, gives you the opportunity to give such exams, and once you qualify those exams, you get certificates, and you get rewards. And if you don't get anything also, you get to know your position, and you got to know what you have to improve in yourself. So yeah, moving on to the next point, which is
सो रोशन, आई हैड वन क्वेश्चन। तो ये जो हम एग्जाम्स की बात कर रहे हैं, ये हम कौन से क्लास के स्टूडेंट्स की बात कर रहे हैं? मतलब वो कौन सी क्लास से इनके लिए प्रिपेयर करना स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं और कौन सी क्लास में ये अपीयर कर सकते हैं इन एग्जाम्स में?
matlab, in my opinion, the early classes should be for fun and small learnings, but once you get into a age, into set by uh, once you get into a age you are in class 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, so you get to be serious about the exams. So let's say for KVPY, it's for class 9, 10th, 11th, and 12th. You have got to prepare like at least 6 months before the examination. You see, this is one thing I need to tell this thing. So when I had to join a coaching for JEE thing, माय फादर टोल्ड मी कि तुम जाओ सारी कोचिंग्स में जाके खुद से पता करो एंड देखो कौन सी कोचिंग अच्छी है, अकॉर्डिंगली मैं तुम्हें उस कोचिंग में एडमिशन दिला दूंगा. द पॉइंट इज कि ही he did this thing. He was himself capable of finding a good coaching for me, but he told me to go. जब इंसान बाहर निकलता है, खुद से पता करता है कि ओके ये एग्जाम है, मुझे ये एग्जाम देना है, ये कोचिंग है, मुझे ये कोचिंग ज्वाइन करनी है, दैट जस्ट शोज सीरियसनेस कि हाँ इंसान अपने खुद के लिए सीरियस है. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है क्लास 9th 10th इज अ वेल इनफ एज टू गेट सीरियस अबाउट योर करियर, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, व्हाट यू हैव टू लर्न, वेयर यू हैव टू लर्न. तो यस, आपको इन एग्जाम्स के बारे में पता करना पड़ेगा कि एग्जाम्स कब होते हैं. उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको देखना पड़ेगा सिलेबस क्या है, एग्जाम में कैसे रजिस्टर करना है, कितनी फीस देनी है. यूजुअली 200, 300, 500, 600 ऐसे कुछ फीस होती है जिस जो आप इजीली भर सकते हो. उसके बाद आपके लिए सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी ये होता है कि आप कैसे प्रिपेयर करोगे. तो आपको प्रिपरेशन के लिए बहुत सारे मेथड्स मिल जाएंगे. बहुत सारी कोचिंग्स होती हैं जो इनके लिए स्पेसिफिकली प्रिपेयर करवाती हैं. नहीं भी करवाती हैं तो जैसे नेशनल साइबर ओलंपियाड है, नेशनल साइंस ओलंपियाड है, दीज आर स्कूल लेवल स्टफ. आप इनके लिए खुद से प्रिपेयर कर सकते हो. आपको बस पता होना चाहिए सिलेबस क्या है. आपके क्लास से रिलेटेड सब्जेक्ट से ही पूछा जाता है, बाहर से कुछ भी नहीं पूछा जाता है. थोड़ी बहुत चीज़ें होती हैं, लॉजिकल रीजनिंग, क्वांटिटेटिव रीजनिंग, वो सारी सिंपल मैथ्स वाली चीज़ें होती हैं जो आप 1 महीने, 2 महीने, 3 महीने प्रैक्टिस करोगे डेली 1 घंटे तो आप इजिली कर लोगे.
Right, right. So let's proceed with the competitive exams in colleges.
सो या
So
दिस ओके, यू आर गोना से समथिंग.
yeah, yeah. So I had basically one question कि इन सब एग्जाम्स का आगे के करियर पे क्या बेनिफिट है, तो उसको भी बहुत ज्यादा हमें हाईलाइट करना है बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स को आगे भी बेनिफिट मिलना चाहिए इन सब चीजों से. सो या लेट्स प्रोसीड विद दिस.
Okay, so I have to talk about competitive exams in college now. This is for college students in first year and second year. So there is a competition called ICPC, which is a world level competitive programming contest. So what they ask there? So I guess if you're in college, you must be aware about competitive programming, the code forces, code safe, and stuff. I'll tell I'll tell from the basic that you have to learn uh, first a programming language. You have to learn a programming language completely. Then you learn algorithms, let's say binary search, simple search. Like then you proceed to higher level stuff, dynamic programming, binary tree, graph. Those are next level stuff, and then you further learn even more complicated stuff in mathematics, how to solve a very complex competitive program question, which involves like varied critical thinking. So this ICPC, this is a really big competition for college level student. Like if you're in college, you have participated in ICPC, that just means in today's world that you are really very serious about your coding career. You want to make a career in coding. You want to get your coding skills to a really good level. अब आईसीपीसी का आपके करियर पे क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है. आपने अगर आईसीपीसी में पार्टिसिपेट किया है, आप जोनल लेवल पे गए हो, आप नेशनल लेवल पे गए हो, या फिर आप इंटरनेशनल फाइनलिस्ट हो, आप आप जिस भी लेवल पे गए हो, अगर आपने वो अपने रिज्यूमे में लिखा है, तो दैट इज अ वेरी हाईलाइटेड पॉइंट कि ये बंदा तो आईसीपीसी में गया था, मतलब इसकी कोडिंग स्किल्स बहुत अच्छी होगी. एंड आईटी इंडस्ट्री में ऐसे लोगों को प्रेफर करते हैं जो कोडिंग को लेकर के बहुत एंथुजियास्टिक हो. मैं ऐसे इंसान का क्या करूंगा जिसके पास बहुत सारी नॉलेज हो लेकिन वो कोडिंग को लेकर के एंथुजियास्टिक ना हो, वो सोचता हो कि मैं क्यों करूँ ये कोड. ऐसे लोगों को लेना कोई प्रेफर नहीं करेगा. तो कोडिंग को लेकर के आप जब एंथुजियास्टिक हो, आप जब प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग को लेकर के एंथुजियास्टिक हो, हाँ मेरे मेरे सामने आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी, आई हैव टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन विद इन द स्टिपुलेटेड टाइम, तो आपके लिए वो एक बहुत बड़ा पॉइंट होता है कि हाँ आपने आईसीपीसी क्रैक किया है, आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स बाकी लोगों के कंपेरिजन में बहुत अच्छी है, आपने कॉम्पीट किया है, अब आप जोनल लेवल पे टॉप कर रहे हो, जोनल लेवल पे फाइनलिस्ट हो, नेशनल लेवल पे फाइनलिस्ट हो, बहुत सारे लेवल्स होते हैं आईसीपीसी में, आपको कॉलेज के थ्रू रजिस्टर करना होता है। सिमिलरली कोड जैम है आपको, कोड जैम एक्चुअली अभी बंद हो चुका है, कोड जैम यूज टू हैपन बिफोर, इट वाज अ कोडिंग competitions organized by Google, it was a really good and really big coding competition, it it had a lot of perks कि आप अगर जीतते हो तो आपको बहुत सारे पैसे मिलेंगे, which is a like साइड पर्क, बट ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट आपको अपने करियर के बारे में पता चलता है कि आपको अब आगे कैसे जाना है, आपके अंदर कमियां क्या क्या है। ये सारे जितने भी कप्स का नाम लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे, फेसबुक हैकर कप, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट इमेजिन कप, ये सारे कप्स रिलेटेड टू कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग है। नाउ वी विल मूविंग ऑन टू कैगल कॉम्पिटिशन्स। अब कैगल कॉम्पिटिशन्स क्या है, जस्ट लाइक आईसी हैकर कप, फेसबुक हैकर कप इज अ कंपटीशन फॉर कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग, वैसे ही कैगल कंपटीशन is something which you do to analyze your data related skills. Kaggle is a machine learning platform basically, which has a lots of competitions going on all the time. You can register onto any of them. Sorry. तो उसके लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ता है, यूजुअली जब भी आप मशीन लर्निंग से रिलेटेड फील्ड में जाते हो तो आपको पाइथन लैंग्वेज आनी चाहिए, आर आनी चाहिए, एसक्यूएल आनी चाहिए, एंड ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट आपको मशीन लर्निंग के बारे में पूरी नॉलेज होनी, पूरी नॉलेज, देयर इज नो सच थिंग एज पूरी नॉलेज, बट आपको इतनी नॉलेज होनी चाहिए कि आप उस कॉम्पिटिशन्स को क्रैक कर पाए। ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट आपको मे बी समटाइम्स किसी कंपटीशन में ऑन द स्पॉट कुछ नई चीज सीखनी पड़ेगी जो आपने अभी तक नहीं पढ़ी है, तो दैट इज नॉट रियली अ बिग टास्क। आप एक गो थ्रू करते हो कि मुझे इस पर्टिकुलर टेक्निकल टूल को यूज करना है, मशीन लर्निंग के टूल को, ताकि मैं अपना प्रोजेक्ट कर पाऊँ, तो आप उसको एक दो दिन सीखते हो और फिर आप उस टूल को यूज करके कंपटीशन में परफॉर्म करते हो। डिपेंडिंग अपॉन आपने क्या मेथड्स यूज किए हैं आपका एक स्कोर होता है, और अगर आप जीतते हो तो लाइक कैगल कॉम्पिटिशन्स आर something which gives you certificates just for participating. If you are in top 50, top 100, top 200, they give you certificate of excellence, and if you are in top 10 they give you a lot of money, sometimes the money is as big as $10,000, 8 lakh रुपए। So yeah, if you are in college, you are inclined toward machine learning, artificial intelligence, you must give Kaggle competitions in order to access what position you are at right now, so that you can improve yourself, and your purpose should be to get into a good career into machine learning and AI, and once you learn enough steps you'll get to. So there are various hackathons going on in colleges, like college level hackathons, inter college level hackathons, in which you just there are set of questions given to you, and you compete with your fellow colleagues, and you perform, and you get to know that yeah, I am doing this, my position is let's say I got 100 rank among 10,000 people, that means I am doing well enough, I still need to do better, because those 10,000 people are just from colleges, so yeah, I need to perform better. How can you perform better is like you'll analyze on the way. Then there are top coder open contest, code forces contest. So these are the code forces, CodeSafe, top coder, these are the platforms which provide you with coding questions and coding competitions regularly, like sometimes they are weekly, sometimes they are bi-weekly, happens once every 2 weeks, sometimes they are monthly throughout the year, depending upon how much people are willing to give the competition. So yeah, when you give these competitions, you get to know that if there are 6 questions and I am only able to solve 4 questions in 2.5 hours, that means I need to learn more things so that I'll be able to solve those 6 questions all in 2.5 hours. And when you get to know that, yeah, okay, I'm able to solve all the six questions but not in 2.5 hours, then you analyze that, okay, maybe I need to speed up myself. Then you practice those questions a lot, like a lot, that you are able to solve the same question in half the amount of time you used to solve. So it eventually allows you to gain skills, and you can actually write your code forces rating or code safe rating in your resume, which is a very highlighted skill ki, yeah, if you are if you are performing well in that exam, that means, okay, so there is a rating given on code forces and code safe, you must, I guess you all know about it. So yeah, your rating tells that, yeah, how much serious you are about coding. So yeah, whenever there is a recruiter, let's say you're going for some role, software development role, he'll see that this guy has been uh, continuously coding uh, for like 2 years and has get got to this rating. That means he's serious about it, and this is the kind of employee I want for my company, who wants to do the work, who is skilled. So yeah, this is going to help you all along your career. Yeah, first of all, you will be highlighted that yeah, this person is better than the other. On top of that, you'll be able to perform better. IEEE Extreme Programming is again another programming competition, just like Amazon Alexa Prize. Uh, Now I have to talk about like what's the next thing, Muskan?
So, Roshan, we talked about these exams and competitions for students. So, let's get पर्सनल आप जब कॉलेज में थे या स्कूल्स में थे तो आपने कौन कौन से ऐसे कॉम्पिटिशन्स में पार्टिसिपेट किया था जिसके बारे में हमने अभी बात की एंड व्हाट बेनिफिट्स यू गॉट रिसीव्ड फ्रॉम दोज फ्रॉम पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन दोज कॉन्टेस्ट्स
Okay,
तो
so yeah, uh, the the top thing which I must say is code forces. Once you are used to code forces, ki matlab, yeah, I am solving questions daily. Let's say I have set a target that I'll solve two questions daily or five questions daily. If I do this continuously for 3 months, मेरी कोड फोर्सेस पे रेटिंग 1600 थी व्हेन आई वाज कोडिंग इन माय कॉलेज. तो या that re matlab in my field actually this competitive programming is not needed at that level. I'm working in quantitative, but the people who are interested in let's say software development, quantitative analyst, or quantitative fields or machine learning fields, they must give this contest. On top of that, I once gave Google Code Jam. At that time, it was there. Right now, it doesn't happen. I
And what were
actually
the challenges that you faced at that time when you were a
okay.
student, when you were trying to compete in these competitions? So what were the challenges
So
that
yeah, this
you've gone through and what you'll suggest to our students कि वो कैसे tackle करें उन challenges से?
yeah. So one of the things I feel like is when you are in college, there is a lot of distractions, a lot of friends you make in college on your own. You enjoy, like when you are in college, you get to enjoy a lot. So yeah, you explore those possibilities, which is totally right. You must do those things, but on top of that, you have to maintain your consistency. सारा dedication का खेल है. If you are dedicated to something, you will achieve something. तो you have to make a balance of 20-80. This is my experience कि आप 80% पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, 20% मस्ती कर रहे हो. मुझे नहीं लगता 20% से ज़्यादा किसी को मस्ती की जरूरत होती है. बट दिस इज वन फैक्ट कि आपको अपना बैलेंस मेंटेन करना होगा. ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट, अगर आप चीज़ें शुरू कर रहे हो तो आपको ख़त्म करनी होगी. मैं पर्सनली काफ़ी प्राउड फील करता हूँ कि मैंने कुछ चीज़ें सीखी जिसमें मैंने पूरा टाइम दिया. मैं कंसिस्टेंट रहा. मैंने अपना पूरा डेडिकेशन दिखाया उन कुछ चीज़ों में, जिसमें से आप मैंने बताया एक समर बूट कैंप था रिलेटेड टू मशीन लर्निंग. तो या when you dedicate yourself to those things, you get to know your ability, and you get certain confidence कि yeah, I can do this, I can learn that also, I can learn that also, whatever your interest lies in. So yeah, even if you don't know what you have to do, you must give those competitions, try your luck, how far you can go in this particular field. The most of the problem is there when you start doing the thing, because ऐसे आपका मन नहीं करता है कि अच्छा ये तो बहुत बोरिंग है, मैं शुरू शुरू में मुझे ये करना पड़ रहा है, वो करना पड़ रहा है, इट्स अ लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क. But yeah, I can proudly say that yeah, all the hard work you do will pay off if you show your dedication.
राइट राइट एंड आपसे मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है कि व्हेन यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर दीज एग्जाम्स व्हाट वर द एग्जैक्टली टूल्स दैट यू यूज टू प्रैक्टिस दैट यू यूज टू इम्प्रूव योर स्किल्स, जो कि हमारी नेक्स्ट स्लाइड भी है. सो
Okay.
प्रैक्टिसिंग टूल्स फॉर स्टूडेंट्स, सो इन
So
कॉम्पिटिशन्स के लिए कैन यू सजेस्ट सम टूल्स?
yeah, definitely.
एक्चुअली वन ऑफ आवर ऑडियंस हैज आल्सो आस्क्ड दिस सेम क्वेश्चन कि वो कहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं.
Okay, so I'll tell you a very smart way of learning. First of all, uh, there is geeks. What do we call it? I think it's not there in the list. Let me just check. But yeah, you have to. There is in the 10th number there is CACS problem set. There are various such problem sets. There is one problem set called Love Bubber, which is 450 questions. So yeah, usually a decent competitive programmer has already solved about 600 to 1000 problems in his life. So yeah, you need to solve those many questions, which takes a lot of time, because you start solving the problems, you solve only one or two per day, and then you learn things also. So yeah, you can only be able to solve one two problems per day. You need to do it for like 1 year, then you get decent amount of brilliance in this particular field. uh, for testing your skill, Code Forces is a really good platform. Lead Code provides a really excellent UI. You get to just write the functions of the code. HackerRank is also a good platform. Like all these platforms are really good if you're dedicated enough. But yeah, the best platforms are Code Forces and Lead Code. And the problem set you were talking about, there is CSCS problem set, then there is Bubber problem set, which is 450 questions, which includes questions from all diverse set of topics. And okay, yeah, so yeah, if you are in machine learning stuff, you can take projects from Kaggle. You can do it yourself. You can take part in competitions to practice your machine learning skills, artificial intelligence skills, statistical skills, and you solve those like uh, to get good at machine learning.
Great, great. And which tools you've personally used to improve your skills?
I use Code Forces, Leap Code, Geeks for Geeks. Geeks for Geeks is really good for doubts. You have any doubt, you just search it, and usually the first link or second link which appears is Geeks for Geeks. So yeah, you will get doubt. You will have to search a lot, but yeah, if you are dedicated enough, you'll learn it. You'll solve the problem. There's going to be no problem. It is always
And
recommended. It is always
and
it is always recommended that you first try to solve it on your own, then you Google something. So yeah, that is one thing.
right, right. And for the students who are not competing, can they also practice their skills
Yeah,
on these
definitely.
tools?
Code Forces has a lot of problems, so they can practice those problems without giving competitions. I used to do the same. I personally gave like really less competitions when I was confident enough. So there is a problem with confidence also, that you don't feel confident enough. Ki okay, what's the point? मैं दूंगा, I'll come last. What's the point? So yeah, you have to learn things, but yeah, at one point you have to start giving the competitions too.
Right. So as we are reaching to the end of our session, let's give our students some expert tips from our guest. So what are the major three tips you want to give our students for their future?
Okay, so I feel like the first tip I will give is don't underestimate yourself. I feel like students at class ninth level, 10th level, 11th, 12th, uh, at college level, they all students are filled with infinite amount of brilliance and excellence. There is no doubt about it, about that if you put your mind to it, you will be able to do it. So yeah, don't underestimate yourself. Second tip being ki, it's all like all the competitive exams, all the things you got to learn, it's all a game of dedication. अगर आप डेडिकेटेड इनफ हो तो आप कर लोगे। आप अगर आपके रास्ते में कोई प्रॉब्लम्स आती है, उन प्रॉब्लम्स का सोल्यूशन आप खुद ढूंढ लोगे। आपको प्रॉब्ली हेल्प मिलती रहेगी। जो जिसे हेल्प चाहिए होती है वो हेल्प ढूंढ लेता है, उसको हेल्प मिल जाती है। दिस इज वन रियलिटी। एंड
And the last one is,
let me think about it. It must be something, I guess. So, okay. The best tip I can give right now is you have got to set goals in order to achieve goals. So, yeah, when you start doing something, set a deadline that don't be unrealistic कि हाँ मैं दुनिया का सबसे महान कोडर बन जाऊंगा 2 दिन में। Not those things. Set realistic deadlines that be able to solve 100 questions. I will have solved 100 questions by the end of this month. So no matter how you do, you will have to solve 100 questions by the end of that month. You set such realistic goals, and when you complete those goals, you yourself will get a lot of confidence that yes, I did it. I will set another goal. And you have to set goals at like various levels. Short term goal that I have to do this today. This I have to do this tomorrow. This I have to do this in 1 month, and this I have to do this in 1 year. So yeah, you have to set goals at different levels. So yeah, it is very important to set goals. You must do it.
amazing. So, as we have reached to the end of our session, there is some questions from our audience. So, there's one question. I give tech Technothon. Their problem statements are really interesting and very tricky. It really needs some high IQ to qualify. So I think this student wants to know कि वो अपना IQ level कैसे increase कर सकता है to compete in technothons.
So yeah, this is one tip I would give in general. Whenever you are giving any competition, it is very important that you have to solve the past 10-year papers so that you get an idea what type of questions are asked, and you make a note of that this is my strong field, I am able to solve these questions. This is my weak field, these type of questions I'm not able to solve. So when you identify those things that yeah, I'm able to solve this, I'm not able to solve this, you just have to practice the questions more which you are not able to do. Eventually you'll be able to solve everything. I feel like yeah, if you put enough time to it, what we call it, perseverance, you don't have to give up. Yeah, you'll be able to do it.
Okay, so there's last question for you, Roshan, which is, will these competitions like ICPC and code forces will prove me a good employee? And what if I don't want to work in corporates? Will these practices provide me something for personal growth?
Okay, yeah. So, I giving competitions like ICPC, it does not guarantee that you will be a good employee. You might become a very bad employee. I've seen people in corporate itself. But yeah, when you give this competitions, you don't prove yourself to be a good employee. You prove yourself to a good problem solver, a good coder. This is this is one of the skills they expect from you when they are recruiting yourself. What was the second part of the question, Muskan?
And if the person doesn't want to be a corporate employee, so will these practices help him improve in
Yeah,
personal growth?
definitely. Even if you don't want to be very competitive in your career, but still, after giving these exams, competitive exams, you'll be able to upskill yourself. You'll learn more. You'll be able to solve more problems. Your brain ability will be better. So yeah, it's something you do for yourself, not for someone else.
Right. Thank you, Roshan. I think this was the last question we had.
Thanks a lot, Muskan. It
So,
was it was really very nice to like
and
do this thing because I feel like कि बहुत सारे लोगों को नहीं पता होता है क्या करना है। तो if
actually,
if if
actually,
if if this is able to help anybody, it will be really great for me to feel something. Yeah. Thanks a
so
lot for you.
as we have reached to our reached to the end of our session, I want to thank Mr. Roshan for sharing your insights. And I hope you all got the answers to your questions. If you have any more questions left, you can simply scan this QR code shown on your screen. ये QR कोड आपको हमारी वेब ऐप पे लेके जाएगा where you'll be able to see an ask me anything option, and you can get answers directly from our expert counselors. So yes, you can go ahead and explore yourself, and thank you so much for joining in, everyone, our student and Mr. Roshan. Thank you so much for taking your precious time
Thanks a lot, Muskan, and the
and
students who
helping us
enjoy.
understand. Yeah, and yeah, have a great day, everyone.
So can I leave right now?